Matt, how would you reflect back on the last game against Mansfield?
I thought first half some positives, and then second half I just thought there weren't enough emphasis on going forward, not enough positivity. Didn't create near on enough. However, we had a good opportunity with Baptiste to go 2-1 up in the 80th minute. Didn't take that, and then got punished for a free kick at the end. So it's always judged on obviously results. I'm not naive enough to not think that, but we certainly didn't do enough in that second half to warrant the good play that we had first half.
Is it simply the case that you are missing too many attacking players at the moment? That if you had, more options at your disposal, you would back yourself in a game like that to finish the job?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I just feel like as options in that attacking department haven't obviously been there. But that's then again down for us to try and work opportunities and be more solid. Really, I think we ended up making it a bit end-to-end game instead of really controlling the tempo, controlling possession. We got caught up in a little bit of momentum, which happens. We do that to teams at New York. We've been on the other end of that where sometimes you just feel like you're on top and everything's going to happen for you. And I thought we started off game in that vein, and then Mansfield recaptured that a little bit. And obviously we got lads over to the side and re-emphasised that. And I thought you saw a change in tact in the personality and the character of the players come through a little bit more. But I'd just like to see the players taking responsibility for that themselves, not waiting for us. We're happy to do it, but at the same time, I think as a player, sometimes you just have to take the game back, scruff at neck a little bit, and get people together and regroup. And that's something that we're keen to obviously add to the group. We're still a young group. We're still working hard here at the training ground, and certain things are coming off, certain things aren't. I'm not sat here saying we've cracked it and everything's great. It's not at the moment in time, but I'm sure we'll get there.
It's tough to take sometimes because you've had a few games, haven't you, where you could easily have had a point or three, and then you come away empty-handed. Is that one of sort of the tougher sort of parts of this job when that happens?
I think it affects players' confidence. I think confidence comes from winning games and collecting points. So it is tough to take. I think you see me after games. It's a difficult gig coming out speaking to you guys. Not because I don't like speaking to you, but purely because I feel the frustration as well. I've been a fan. I've sat in that away end. I've earned my money, paid my money. You want to see a result. Isn't always like that. And I think obviously conceding it last minute is frustration. But sometimes it's just moments in games. As I said, they take theirs, we don't take ours. Look, there's a lot of things wrong. There's a lot of things right in the game. But fundamentally, it's about taking opportunities when they come up and how that affects you. There's been a number of obviously sporting events this weekend, with Ryder Cup being one, and you see how Europeans, the best players in the world, when the momentum shifted, sometimes it's hard to recapture it. And with no disrespect, we're League One players, so our mindset has to be on all the time. If it affects the best golfers in the world, it will affect League One football players. So that's down to us. That's some work we're doing. That's some young players' development, and I know they'll get there. And that's a easy thing that people probably say, well, you're going to say that, aren't you? But I genuinely believe. I believe in my group. I believe in my players. I think that when we get our group of players back together, we'll be really competitive. It's just been tough, obviously, as a manager and somebody who loves this club to take the results that we've had so far.
Will there be any temptation to celebrate like Shane Lowry if you get a win on Thursday?
I will not do it in public eye, but I might do it in my room after, yeah.
In terms of getting players back and having more options available, is there likely to be any good news, do you think, for this game?
I'm hopeful, as I am every week. Like Kiana Tete, Martin Sharif have had a bit of training time, so that's obviously positive. McWilliams has trained, so again a positive. Nombe's been out on the grass, but obviously he needs probably a couple of weeks to make sure that we're getting back up to speed. But yeah, look, positive signs, and I just can't wait till we have this group back, because I definitely think it'll make a big difference, as you're seeing at games at minute. We need to make them attacking changes. The way that I like to play is high-end accelerations, getting in behind teams, playing football quickly. And people say, well, you haven't done that so far, and I probably agree. At times we have, but not done it consistently enough. And I think them changes, those personnel will put a different dynamic on the team.
Is a bench more important today in football than it perhaps has been in the past?
Yeah, I think you see it everywhere. I think a lot of the game now is obviously coached, so you end up with a 60-minute kind of coaching game. That last half an hour becomes almost free will sometimes, and all coaching manuals go out the window, and it's kind of best men win, and that's where you need your bigger players, your better players, your players who want the ball in tight areas, the players who aren't afraid of making mistakes to get on it. And there's no dressing it up. We are missing big players, but again, the lads who had the opportunity, they've done well in certain points. They just have to consistently make sure they keep doing that.
Thursday night game rather than a Saturday game. Are there any pros to that? I mean, we can all sort of guess what it might be the negatives of having a quicker turnaround, but are there any positives to playing earlier than Saturday?
But I just love a night game. So floodlights, New York, fans, I just love it. Love the smell of a night game. I don't know what it is. It just excites me. Yeah. So if we'd have played Sunday night, it'd have done me. Fine. Yeah, we'll bring it on. We're looking forward to it. Obviously, TV cameras will be there under floodlights. I appreciate Bradford top of league, had a real good season. I also appreciate our fans will probably going up thinking, we don't know what we're going to get. We just need to be positive. I'm positive, staff are positive, players are positive. We need that reinforcement from the stands. I'm as disappointed as anybody, but we're 8 games into a season, and we're building something, and it's going to take time, but we'll get there.
Feels like a good game to have, you know. They say, especially in a night environment, they'll bring a lot of fans. They've had such a good start. So, how do you get into this game and give yourself a chance to win? You know, what is important from your team to beat the team that have done so well?
I think that their own performances so far describe everything we've kind of been at. I mean, Stockport, again, we had opportunities. Had a dubious goal scrubbed off that could have led to a point, and then momentum changes. We saw what happens when you get a goal like in our Mansfield game when we're at home, and we did it against Wigan. I mean, I know we conceded after that, but it just changes dynamic of the game. So I think of all performances have been on good, really. Need to probably take a few more opportunities to make it easier, but that's obviously not the Rotherham way, is it? We fight, we scrap, we dig in, and look, we're in a bit of a bad moment at this time, but that for me is when this club comes together. It always has done, and I'm sure the lads will give us everything, the fans will give us everything, we as staff will give the club everything, and that's our job. But it's a game that we're really looking forward to.
Final question: does it help that you've been in situations like this before, where maybe a season doesn't start as you ideally want it to, but you've been able to then go on and have the success? Is having that perspective and that experience as a coach, maybe as a player as well, can that be useful?
Definitely. I've got players in there. I mean, I was speaking to Liam Kelly the other day about when Coventry got in playoffs and they were bottom of the league in 10 games or something. Look, I'm not saying we're going to get in playoffs before people start ringing in to speak to you and say that in March. But what I am saying is there'll be an upturn. There'll definitely be an upturn, and the fans just need to stick with it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the things they're doing for the football club. We haven't had much to sing about as a fan base for a few years now. So I get it. I'm not sat here saying it's all rosy in the garden and everything's great, but I foresaw this coming. I've been telling everybody, look, it's not going to be smooth sailing. Even last year when we won the games, when I come in, like, I know I see it every day. I see what's happening at the football club. It'll be a great place soon. It's just going to take a bit of time, and I'm sure we'll all come together. And once those good times do come back, I'll be exactly the same manner as I am now. I'm not getting too high, I'm not getting too low, but I want the fans to enjoy it, and we just need to stick together in this period.
Brilliant.
You must be relishing having Sheriff back. You know, he's on the bench and it's probably game-changing option, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and he's enthusiastic. He's got pace. He's everything we kind of wanted in a striker. I think we saw in the first couple of games what he's capable of doing. But again, it just seems to be historic. Same with Tom Holmes. He had one game and you saw what he's capable of doing, and then got injured. So, look, when he comes back, he'll be a big player. As Keon was, I thought, Keon Tete when he come on. Saturday, Keane Spence had a few more minutes. So we've got a lot of players coming back, and they're not going to hit the ground running straight away. But again, over a period of time, I think we'll see the positives in it.
Okay, just check on Marvin Kalita came off at Mansfield. What's the prognosis there?
Yeah, not great. I don't think he could be out for potentially 2 or 3 weeks. It could be a little bit longer. I think it's an injury he's had previously in his career. In the same point. So, yeah, it's one of them things. He kind of felt it at half time, and we had to bring him off. So yeah, again, not great news, but part and parcel playing football, unfortunately.
Lenny, how have you settled in at Rotherham United since the summer?
Yeah, good. Came in around June time. I was good at first. Obviously, didn't really do much pre-season, but got myself up to standard. And staff, teammates, everyone was so welcoming. So yeah, it's been good for me.
Not to go back too far, but why did you feel this was the right move for you to come to Rotherham United? What did you like about this opportunity?
Obviously down south, playing League One, first team football, who no one would turn that down. So yeah, I just felt like that was the right move for me.
And what's sort of the staff's message been to you? How are they trying to help you develop, take the next step? What has that been like working with them so far?
Yeah, it's been good working with Woody, giving me tips on how to improve my game. Obviously, he's played for the club and knows what it's like. So just learn from the staff every day is good for me.
Woody's obviously played about 1 million games of football in his career. Is that? Do you fancy a career as long as his was?
Definitely. Everyone wants to have a long career, longevity. Just getting as many career appearances I can get.
What's it like playing centre half these days? I mean, obviously you can't compare to what it was like 20 years ago, but what is that position like? In the modern game, are the different sort of demands on a centre half these days?
Yeah, nowadays centre halves need to be good in every aspect. On the ball, reading the game, defensively, strong, fast. Like that's all the top players are. So yeah, I'm just trying to work and try and get myself to that type of level.
Who do you watch? Who are your favourite centre halves that you maybe watch their game and think, I'll try and model myself on them a little bit?
Yeah, growing up, Sergio Ramos, I really liked when I was younger. Nowadays, Virgil van Dijk, top centre half, beats the game well, good on the ball, fast, strong. Yeah, I'd say him.
Yeah.
Someone.
How important is communication and talking to the other defenders and organising and where do you sort of feel you are in that sense? Is that something that as a younger player, you have to work on as well? When you're talking to sort of older players, sort of trying to organise with each other.
Yeah, definitely. As a younger player, like you kind of feel like don't want to say something to them, but you have to. That's what you need to do. So communication is key in football. You need to tell players in front of you what to do because they don't know people behind them. You need to tell them where to go and stuff. Just help them out. So yeah, communication is big as a centre half, defenders in general. Yeah, really good part, a big part of this game.
Have you settled into Yorkshire? How different is it to Glasgow?
I've not really explored Sheffield too much. I've not really been at restaurants or like seen the city too much, but one of these days I'll try to go down and see. Compared to Glasgow, I don't know if it would be the same, but Glasgow's more. I don't know how to explain it.
I think it's an underrated city. Glasgow is quite a cool place to be, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, like for me, the stuff that goes on, it's like it kind of looks at New York. I don't know if you've heard people say that. So yeah, there's a lot of movies going on now. People shoot movies there, but Glasgow is a good place to grow up. I enjoyed it.
Talk a bit about football then. How do you get a win on the board? What's it going to take, do you think, to get 3 points in this next game?
Just need to stick together and keep performing. It's going to come. We've got talented players in the squad. After a loss, just need to get ourselves together, go again, and obviously try work something out because we will need to get 3 points eventually. It will come. I can feel it in the team. Just keep training hard, working hard, and I'm sure it will come.
There's one to look forward to as well. It's a game on the telly. It's a Yorkshire derby. Bradford's fans travel very well. They'll come and make a lot of noise. So a good atmosphere, and they've got off to a great start, isn't it? So a good opportunity maybe to upset them in this game.
Yeah, definitely Yorkshire derby. We would go into the game fully confident, playing at home in front of the fans. Thursday nights on TV. The boys want to show what they can do. So no doubt anything can happen in football. We can definitely win that game.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, mate.
How did you find playing with Jamal on Saturday? Because there's some similarities, aren't they? Both young, both quick, both dynamic.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed playing with him. First time doing that. So yeah, he's fairly new to the club. Only recently joined, so I'm sure that will be a great partnership with him. Good player as well. So yeah, it was good to play alongside him.
Yeah, you came in, played 4 games, looked really good, and you got injured. It just a rotten time for you. How frustrating was it just as you were getting going to have to like step out for a few weeks?
Yeah, it was frustrating, but I guess that's football. Getting that injury against Cardiff, but I'm glad it wasn't like a serious one. It was only like 4 to 6 weeks. So when I had that, I was like, yeah, let me just go through my rehab, get everything sorted, and I'll be back and playing.